people to the blue, to the water.
Who are your people?
Tourists. People in general, but tourists. So bring them to the water to get together and to know what's happening and get connected. So, and in a sustainable and social way. So we have a few strategies for this.
Yeah, I think one of the things I just wanted to add to, one of the things that we were wrestling with is the idea is that, I mean, we lucked out on the tourism front because we all happened to our own experiences, was this sort of notion of the known and unknown, and that being this constant tension of having things that you would have previously, like, you know, your known routines at home are very easy to get into and to know how to do things, and then but the excitement of also the unknown, and in tourism situations, like, so much of it is about discovery and coming randomly, you know, getting lost, although getting lost when you're really hungry and tired is kind of a bummer. And so we try to play with those ideas too, as that's part of the sort of bipolar experience of the tourist. If you notice, we have the highest highs and the lowest lows. So like basic, you know, Maslow's hierarchies of needs kind of influence, and then very awesome, you know, watching a sunset on the beach would be amazing. So do you want to go through some of the ideas? Do you want to do?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay.
We have actually 5 ideas.
Because we had left.
Well, we thought that we'd stop there. Right, so, yeah, one idea is we call it Sus Booth. It's for tourists, and yeah, the idea is you can basically upload your experiences in the city, and they can be categorized according to more like sustainable things. So you can say, well, would suggest a good walking tour, for example, or suggest a good organic restaurant or whatever, I don't know. And those ideas can then be downloaded at the booth itself. And you can also create like a personal postcard of that booth, and so you could email it and take a picture and email it to your friends. So that's more of kind of like the informational idea. You want to take one of those?
I'll do this
Okay.
one. You want to do? Okay, so another one we had with the idea of well-being. I don't know. Was a wishing well or a wishing booth. And so the idea is that you could draw or speak or leave a message, a wish for another person there. To kind of have this experience of connection, the idea of the future, potentiality, all those good things, and the sense of global sharing of spaces, that we're all sort of there. And it's this thing that tours lack sort of some connection. And so creating that and being able to wander into a space and actually receive something from that space that's unexpected, I think could be cool too. So.
We also have a smart friend finder because a lot of tourists are alone. Well, we're all alone here, so we would like to meet some people. So the booth will help you to find other people that are alone, and you can seek for other people that want to connect with you, and then you can do something together. And so we can share cab, for example, and that's going to be the low carbon, you know, travel sharing. And then also the connection thing is the smart, sensible cities, the feeling of being in, you know, a connected city. So that's the idea of that.
Okay.
Our last one, kind of opposite to that, this idea of having a reflective space. You know, when you get into that really high when you're traveling all the time, you can't just go home and take a pause. So we're thinking about this, whatever this thing is, that could be sort of almost a shelter, not a physical shelter, but almost like a projected or space where you just revive for a second. You take a moment for yourself, as opposed to constantly traveling or being social. And this idea of sensory in the ephemeral is really interesting when you're traveling. You can't document everything. You have this sort of memory sense of things. So if you have that moment to pause, especially when you're surrounded already by something that's already very sensorial, the ocean, then you kind of integrate that. So, sorry.